Hi there. So I'm in my car, and of course my brain is going wild while I'm driving, thinking of all the things I want to say about different topics to share with the families that I support and the kids that I support. And one thing that's coming up to my mind is that last week I posted about changing our mindset about our kiddos. It can be really frustrating. Our kids really push our buttons at times, and it can really be hard to feel positive and engaged and facilitate that positive engagement. So I posted about working on switching your self-talk. If your child is behaving in a certain way and you're thinking, you're so naughty, why do you have to do that? I wish you ... I wish you didn't do that. I wish you could just deal with it. Maybe we're saying it, maybe we're not saying it, maybe we're just thinking it. But it's important for us to realize that those self-thoughts are negative. They're negative for us, they're negative for our kids, and we really want to switch that up to be understanding, to have some truths. Like, let's tell ourselves the truth. Our children aren't intentionally trying to be naughty. Our children aren't intentionally trying to irritate or upset us, just to upset us, okay? They might be intentional about certain behaviors to get a response from us, but they aren't necessarily doing it just to irritate us, to make us feel annoyed. They're usually doing it to get some other outcome. And that outcome might be attention. It might be a reaction, because they're used to seeing us have a reaction. Some of our kids are really get reinforced by our reactiveness to certain things they say or do. So the first step here is really to be aware of what you're thinking about your child, and if that is negative. If it is, the second thing is to think of a statement of understanding, to be like, well, they're doing this because they haven't learned an appropriate way yet. They're doing this because I think they just want my attention. They're doing this because they don't have the emotional capacity to deal with this change right now. Or they don't have the social skills to understand how to play with their friends. Okay, so we can always draw back to a skill that they might be missing, or a motivation that doesn't exist. So maybe it's something that's really tricky, and so they have a tantrum because they've been given a task and it's too difficult, or they interpret it as being too difficult. So there are all these different things that are the real reasons behind your child's behavior, other than them just being naughty to get your reaction, right? Or just being naughty for being naughty. Next, so once you're practicing switching those thoughts, I would like you to work on building a positive connection with your child. Maybe you already have a positive connection, or you think you already have a positive connection, and that's great. But one way to help to change your thoughts about your child and to not be so triggered as an adult is to take time, 5-10 minutes a day, to play with them on their terms. Okay? If they want to control the play, if they want to tell you what to do, go do it, as long as it's not dangerous or destructive. Okay? But have some opportunities where you are really following your child's lead. This builds rapport. This teaches them that it's a two-way street. Yes, you're giving instructions during the day or telling them to do this and that, but then there are times when they can be the leader, they can be the director, okay? And they can get that control. This is really important for our kids who love having control, and a lot of our kids like to have control because control reduces their anxiety. Control gives them predictability. They know what's happening. They can decide what's going to happen. And that means it gets rid of the anxiety, the worry about what's happening. Am I going to have to do something I don't want to do? So anyway, let's go back to control. So how can you give them control in a positive way throughout their day? One way of doing that is playing with toys and activities on their terms. If they want to change it, they can change it. Your goal is to build that connection and play the way they want to play. So there you go. That was a lot of information, a lot of explanation, but you can practice switching your self-talk, and 2, you can play on your child's terms. So follow their lead. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time.